side, and Ghanaians should watch this, that the politics we do should not divide a family. The politics we do, Mr. Speaker, I will pause here to remind the majority side, they are in government. They are no more in opposition.
Leader, just address me.
I'm addressing you, but yes. I'm reminding them. I'm reminding them that they are in government. If they want to be litigating, your government business will delay. We will have our say. Mr. Speaker, the Jinapo brothers have something to tell Ghanaians. Politics should not make you think to the extreme. Those of us here who, when it gets to politics, we forget that we are friends and we hit so hard, should learn from the Jinapo brothers. Those who, when it gets to electioneering period and they are sent to people's unacceptable, and they proceed, and when they finish, they will come and pretend like they are brothers. Those who go to police stations, collation centers to misconduct themselves, forgetting that we are in this together, learn from the Jinapo brothers. Those who lead tax to collation centers to insult, to threaten, yet they know they are members of parliament, should remember brothers represent the hope of this country. Learn from the Speaker. That said, I shall rest my submissions by having a bite on the nominee, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene. Mr. Speaker, this gentleman has earned the respect of this house. Mr. Speaker, I remember when I was on government side, leading government business, there were situations where, as a professional, he even departed from certain positions taken by his side. He got a lot of social media attacks on him, but he stood firm and he stood his ground. No wonder His Excellency, in looking for a formidable but moderate lawyer to mount that ministry, he found him worthy for that cause. He has made his name in the academia. In my early days of practice, there was one case I relied on to make my bail applications and to defend my client, the famous Tagore versus the Republic. Mr. Speaker, the Tagore case was a case that no lawyer wanted to venture. Tagore was jailed with others, and lawyers felt that it was a radioactive substance. This was a man who took the judgment of the High Court, read through it, and took up the appeal. I would encourage young lawyers and law students to go and read what Apau J, as he then was, said of Dr. Ayeni, where my Lord Apesera said of Dr. Ayeni. He distinguished the law and set us on a new era of criminal jurisprudence. And that has enriched the law in the area of criminal justice. All these go to his credit. Mr. Speaker, when I was practicing in the area of financial crime, there were a lot of times that we clashed at the Supreme Court, but the beauty of the relationship was that when we left court, he, as Deputy Attorney General, came to me to even encourage me that I should continue. And that is the beauty of the game. Mr. Speaker, I want to remind him that going into that important ministry, we on this side of the house are watching him closely and keenly. There would be extremists, hardliners, who will be looking for the people's justice. He should remind them that Ghana is a country of rule of law. He should remind those extremists that due process is the only means to achieve an end. He should not allow people to be pushing him here and there. Mr. Speaker, let Hansard testify to this point I want to make. Once upon a time, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, was confronted with a situation where, indeed, those supposed culprits or suspects had really not done any wrong, but some omissions resulted in they having done some wrong against the state. I'm referring to the double salary situation. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo decided to pursue a path to bring down the temperature of the country. Many were those extremists in the MPP administration pushing the Akufo-Addo government to pursue the double salary and even jail them. I remember, as a member of his government, President Akufo-Addo said, to what would he gain if all these members of parliament are sent to court and are jailed? What will become of the politics of the country? This is my word of caution to my respected senior and the law professor. Pursue those who have committed a criminal wrong. No problem at all. But don't pursue political opponents. If somebody has wronged the state, has committed a crime, there's no problem. But do not allow anybody to push you to attack your political opponent. Mr. Speaker, 2013-2014, I was on this side. Some of us, the lawyers, I remember myself and 3 other lawyers who were always doing our cases, were being chased. Today, file your tax. And they were having issues. They would send us to Yoko. I remember it took Dr. Ayeni to tell those adventurers, to tell those extremists, that these are MPs who are lawyers, don't invade their offices. I remember. There are always extremists. There are always extremists who will be chasing you, the Attorney General. Go after your opponent. Let us make getting into government attractive and getting out of government also attractive. Yes. Don't let us create an impression that we get into office only to focus on so-called political opponents. I'm coming to oral. Mr. Speaker, that so-called committee claiming to be going after loot must be cautioned that committee is unconstitutional and illegal. And I pray that my respected colleague, Dr. Ayeni, after taking office, will review the activities of this illegal, unconstitutional body, bring things to order, and allow the state institutions clothed with the mandate to investigate, to follow due process, investigate, and prosecute if necessary. The way this aura is going, it will not help the cause of our democracy. Today you are in government, tomorrow you will be in opposition. Do unto others as in all situations you wish them do unto you. If MPP side in government made some mistakes, you know you don't have to continue that path. So leave above board and pursue justice for all Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, on that note, I shall thank you for indulging me and rest my case and encourage members to support this report, which is by consensus. Thank you so much indeed.